We are committed to build a future here. We are not going anywhere. We are committed to dialogue. However, the ANC leaders has made dialogue difficult by breaching trust when it signed the Bella Act and through the dishonorable way it handled the Netlak agreement on Bella. Kalikri also referred to that. There was no form of loyalty or integrity towards us in that specific process. Solidarity represents ordinary workers. The G20 summit places South Africa in the spotlight. And this could be a major investment opportunity that addresses unemployment, poverty, and inequality. Or it could be an investment disaster. The US focus on South Africa will expose the country's reckless domestic policy to the world.
We are not leaving South Africa. Afriforum and Solidarity reject Trump's offer. We are not leaving South Africa. Afriforum and Solidarity reject Trump's offer. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones. Wina TV, please subscribe. Afriforum and Solidarity reject Trump's offer to relocate Afrikaners. Afriforum and Solidarity have firmly rejected the U.S. President Donald Trump's offer to relocate Afrikaners to the United States. Speaking at a press briefing in Pretoria on Saturday, the two organizations made it clear that they do not support this proposal. We are going nowhere. Afriforum on Trump's Afrikaners refugee status offer. Trump recently signed an executive order halting U.S. foreign aid to South Africa while offering a settlement to Afrikaners, claiming they are victims of racial discrimination. However, Afriforum and Solidarity believe this approach is misguided and does not address the real issues facing South Africa. They argue that South Africa is home to Afrikaners and leaving is not a solution. Instead of looking for an escape, they emphasize the need for Afrikaners to strengthen their communities, invest in local businesses, and work towards a better future within their own country. According to them, foreign intervention cannot solve South Africa's problems. Only its people can. While acknowledging economic challenges and racial tensions, the organizations warn that Trump's offer oversimplifies a complex issue. They believe portraying Afrikaners as helpless victims in need of foreign rescue is not only inaccurate but also insulting. Afriforum and Solidarity encourage Afrikaners to take control of their destiny, build resilience, and contribute to the nation's growth. Instead of accepting relocation, they urge their people to stand firm, create opportunities, and fight for a stronger, more unified South Africa. Their message is clear: South Africa's future must be shaped by those who call it home. We are African, not European. Orania chief draws the line on Afrikaner identity. Orania, South Africa, the leader of the Orania movement, Just Stridom, has made a bold declaration that Afrikaners see Africa as their only home and have no interest in being associated with Europe or seeking financial aid from foreign powers, including the United States. We cannot go back to Europe. We do not belong in Europe. We belong in Africa, Stridom stated firmly. His comments reflected a deep-rooted belief among many Afrikaners that their identity is inseparable from the African continent, despite their European ancestry. Afrikaner identity and the Orania vision. The Orania movement, a self-sufficient Afrikaner community in the Northern Cape, advocates for cultural preservation and economic independence. Founded in the early 1990s, Orania has become a symbol of Afrikaner self-determination, with its leadership emphasizing a commitment to African soil rather than any connection to Europe. Stridom's statement comes at a time when discussions about race, heritage, and belonging continue to shape South Africa's political and social landscape. While Afrikaners are historically descendant from Dutch, German, and French settlers, many have long considered themselves distinct from their European origins, having developed their own language, culture, and deep ties to the land over centuries. We do not need dollars and handouts from President Donald Trump, Stridom added, dismissing the idea that Afrikaners should seek financial support from the U.S. His remarks highlight the movement's stance on economic self-reliance as Orania continues to build an economy based on local labor and small-scale industries. Mixed reactions to the statement, Stridom's comments have sparked both support and criticism. Supporters of the Orania movement argue that Afrikaners have many and have every right to assert their African identity and pursue self-sufficiency without foreign influence. We have been in Africa for over 300 years. Our roots are here and we are not leaving, said one Orania resident. However, critics view the movement as exclusionary, with some accusing it of promoting racial segregation. Political analysts note that while Orania operates within South African law, its model remains controversial in a country still grappling with the legacy of apartheid. The future of Afrikaner identity in South Africa. Stridom's declaration raises broader questions about Afrikaner identity and their place in South Africa's future. While some Afrikaners fully integrate into the multicultural South African society, others believe in maintaining distinct cultural spaces like Orania. The South African government has largely tolerated Orania's existence, emphasizing that all citizens should work together to build a unified nation. However, as debates over land reform, economic inequality, and cultural preservation continue, Afrikaner's role in modern South Africa remains a complex and evolving issue. For now, Stridom and the Orania movement remain steadfast in their vision. Afrikaners are African, and they have no intention of looking to Europe or the United States for support. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. John Swiner TV. Please subscribe. Bye for now till we meet again next time. Subscribe.
If we take over government, we are going to ban Afriforum because we cannot have an organization that advocates purely racial hatred and say it is a legitimate organization. Our constitution does not allow that. And therefore, we need a decisive government that is going to say this is a terrorist organization and we can't coexist with it. It has to fall. So Afriforum will fall because it represents backwardness. And the ANC's inability to deal with white supremacy and white arrogance is what gives life to this kind of organization. I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones, Why Not TV. Please subscribe. Bye for now till we meet again next time. Subscribe, please. Don't forget to like and to comment. Thank you very much. Dr. Jones, Why Not TV. Mutsonga wa Shiviri from Limpopo. Goodbye till we meet again next time. Subscribe.